ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। सम्पाद्य ज्ञानं च विधाय भक्तिं विलोकितो येन समाधिराजः वैराग्यवन्तं सुविचारयुक्तं नमामि दोगं शिरसा गुरुन्तं समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। नमो ज्ञानेश्वरा निवृत्ति उदारा सोपान देवा मुक्ताबाई नमो त्रिभुवन पावनी आद्यत्रय जननी देवांशी। Having explained Jnana Yoga, Bhagwan has started explaining Karma Yoga. Bhagwan said karma and karma phala, these two important factors of life. You do some action and that action will generate some karma and some karma phala. If you do some action, that action will generate some karma phala, and you, the jiva, has to go through whatever karma phala he has obtained. Very simple philosophy. A man or an individual cannot live without performing action. So anyone or everyone will do perform action. Each and every action has its result, karma phala. So that karma phala someone has to endure. For example, if 1 month if I work in school, that is my karma. And whatever salary I get, that is karma phala. And I have to enjoy that karma phala. This is a very simple example, but in our day-to-day life, it is not that easy. Sometimes knowingly we do some actions, sometimes unknowingly we do some actions, but knowing actions or unknowing actions, both of them, they have karma phala. Just like you're walking on the road and one small insect comes and it is crushed under your feet. Then you killed that animal, though it is unknowingly, but you killed that animal. So you have to go through the karma phala which you did unknowingly. Some action, for example, you are reading Jnaneshwari every day. So that karma will have its punya karma phala. You have to go through. Now Bhagwan is explaining Arjuna, karma phala cycle is bound to happen. I will give you one trick where you can perform karma, but karma phala will not touch you. What a wonderful concept. Never, nowhere this kind of concepts are there. You can do actions, but that karma phala will not touch you. You will be untouched by those karma phala. So that is where the karma yoga concept comes. Karma, doing actions and getting results. Karma yoga, doing actions and not affected by the results. What is the difference between karma and karma yoga? Will not take much time. Karma means yourself is centered there. Means whatever I am doing, it is self-centered. I am going to school. Why are you going to school? I am going to school because I want good job. Means going to school, this action is completely connected with self. I want good job. Why? Because I will earn more money. I want good job because I will earn more money. Again, job is self-centered. Okay. I want to get married. Why? Because I want that joy of having family. Again, self-centered. Like that, our entire life is self-centered. Then what is karma yoga? Karma yoga is God-centered. Karma yoga means God-centered life. I am going to school. Why I am going to school? Because one day I want to teach Bhagavad Gita to entire universe. So I should know. For that I am going school. Going to school. Two students. One is going to get job for his sake. Another, he is also doing same actions, and his purpose is what? He wants to learn Gita. He wants to learn Vedas. Same person, he wants job. Why? Because whatever money he gets, he can donate. He can give uh, bhiksha to all sannyas. He can run ashram. He can run vruddhashram. He is also going to get money. But that money will be used for people, society. It is not self-centered action. He wants to get married. He wants to get married. Why? Alone he cannot do Paramartha. Alone he cannot teach entire universe. He needs some companion so that they both can teach to entire universe. They both can earn, they both can run ashram. See, both the entities are same, doing same work, but the attitude behind that doing each and every work is one person thinks self-centered, another person thinks God-centered. So whichever action is God-centered, that is called Karma Yoga. And Bhagavan said, now I told you Jnana Yoga so far, Sankhya Yoga. Now I am going to tell you Karma Yoga. Beautiful. Now, few aspects of Karma Yoga shown by Bhagavan. How Karma Yoga is superior than Karma. Neha Bhikramanaşosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpamapyasya dharmasya Trayate mahato bhayat Neha Bhikramanaşosti Pratyavayo na vidyate Swalpamapyasya dharmasya Trayate mahato bhayat. Bhagavan says, first we'll do Vigraha. Na iha abhikramaha nashaha asti. Pratyavayaha na vidyate. Swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Swalpamapyasya dharmasya means swalpam api asya dharmasya trayate mahatah bhayat. Mahato bhayat putva sandhi, putva two. Now Anvaya and will understand. Iha, iha means in karma yoga. Abhikramaha nashah na asti. Simple way we can understand. Abhikramaha nasti means there is no proper sequence that if you do first asana shuddhi, then you have to take achamanam, or you can do kalasha shuddhi, then achamanam. Then once you do achamanam, then sankalpa. Whatever puja vidhi is there, first you have to do dhyanam, then devata dhyanam, then there is a sequence. You cannot show ata mangala nirajanam tatra suryo bhati na chandrata. You cannot do that. That is a last, the last process we do in puja. So there is a sequence. First you do just arti. You haven't given bath to Bhagwan. You just do first arti. Say some mantras and keep it up. Then you do Devata Dhanam. And then you remove cloth. And then you do Patyam, Argyam, Patyam, everything. This is a sequence. That is called Abhikrama. In Karma Yoga, there is no such order. First you do this, then you do this, then you do this. No. That is why they say when you take Lord's name, you can take when you are unholy. If you have not taken bath, then you can take Bhagwan's name. You can take Bhagwan's name anywhere. Why? Because it is Karma Yoga. All my actions is Bhagwan centered. So Abhikramaha Nashaha na asti. So whatever karma you do, there is no order in that karma. You can do any karma, but that karma should be God centered. And once you do the actions, then whatever karma phala you get, there is no nasha of that karma phala. Abhikramaha nashaha nasti. One beautiful thing about karma yoga. Whatever you do with God's remembrance, and whatever karma phala you will get, there won't be any nasha. Pratyavayah na vidyati. For example, means if you do some karma before, after, like you are supposed to do particular karma at the end. If you do in the beginning, then there is a dosha in karma siddhanta. But in karma yoga, pratyavayah na vidyate. There is no dosha, there is no pratyavaya, there is no sin in karma yoga. Asya dharmasya swalpam api anushthanam. Of this dharma means karma yoga, if little bit also if you follow, mahatah bhayat trayate. This karma yoga, your actions will save you from the biggest fear. So now you see what is the full meaning of shloka. There is no particular sequence. Whatever karma phala we get, that won't go away. Pratyavayah na vidyate. There won't be any sin by doing karma yoga. Asya, and little bit dharma anushtanam also will give you maximum punya. How Dhaneshwar Maharaj says. तैसे ऐहिकतरी ननशे आणि मोक्षुतो उरला असे जेथ पूर्वानुक्रम दिसे चोखाळत ऐसे ऐहिकतरी न नशे आणि मोक्षुतो उरला असे जेथ पूर्वानुक्रम दिसे चोखाळत तैसे. Now Bhagavan says Aihikatari na nase means whatever actions you are doing, and that action, whatever karma phala you are getting, punya, tari na nase, that punya will not go away from you. Mokshuto urala ase, and liberation is there because karma yoga, and then you come to jnana yoga. Because one's mind is pure, you are ready for jnana yoga. Mokshuto urala ase, and moksha is there. Jeta purvanukrama dise chokhalata. Chokhalata. Chokhala means shuddha. With pure intention, with full shraddha, if we do all our actions, not self-centered, God-centered action, if we do, then mokshuto urala ase, and purvanukrama dise, and there is a number of people who did this karma yoga and they got moksha. Karmadhare rahatije परिकर्म फल न निरीक्षिजे जैसा मंत्र न बंधजे भूतबाधा कर्माधारे राहाटिजे परिकर्म फळ न निरीक्षिजे जैसा मंत्र न बाधिजे भूतबाधा. Example is given. Karma dhare rahati means you have to do karma, but karma phala na nirikshije. You are not going to see that karma. You are going to do the karma. You are not going to see the result of that karma. Pari karma phala na nirikshije means there won't be asha. जैसा मंत्र न बधिजे बधिजे is given. जैसा मंत्र न बधिजे भूत बाधा means there is a person who knows how to make free a haunted person. Some ghost is there, that ghost haunted that person. Now he has bhuta badha. Now there is a person who knows if I chant particular mantras, that ghost will go away. So if he chants particular mantra, that ghost will go away. That ghost will not harm the other person and not the mantratnya. One who is chanting mantra to him also, he will not harm. That ghost will not harm. Same way, if you are doing karma and you know how to do it and you are not attached to the result of that karma phala will not affect you. That will not make big difference in your thinking because you are not willing any result from your action. You just want to do it sincerely and for God. या परिजे सुबुद्धी आपलाल्या निरवधी हा असताची उपाधी आकळू न सके या परिजे सुबुद्धी आपुलाल्या निरवधी हा असताची उपाधी आकळू न सके. ब्युटिफुल. यू सी तया परी जे सद्बुद्धि जे ना this sadbuddhi. Like that Bhagwan is telling now this is called excellent thinking, brilliant thinking. What? You do action and you are not attached to that action, karma phala, result of that action, but you are doing that sincerely. Now तया तिया परिजे सुबुद्धि आपुलाल्या निरवधि. Then that sadbuddhi thinks about her own limitations and ha asatachi upadhi आकळू न शके. Ha, that person who is thinking in the right way, who is doing karma yoga, आकळू न सके, he is not bind asatachi upadhi. While remain in this body, he is not bind by his own action. Apula niravadi, and there is no avadi, there is no limitations. Once on apulalya niravadi, he has no limitation, he is infinite. Asatachi upadhi akalu nasake, and by being in this body, he will not be affected by anything. That is the power of karma yoga. चेतन संचरे पुण्य पाप जे सूक्ष्म अति निष्कंप गुणत्रयादिलेप न लगती जेथ जेथ न संचरे पुण्य पाप जे सूक्ष्म अति निष्कंप गुणत्रयादिलेप न लगती जेथ. Now he's talking about that sadbuddhi. How is that sadbuddhi? Right thinking. Jetana sanchare punya papa. In that sadbuddhi, papa and punya cannot enter. Beyond papa and punya means if I do, I'll get this. If I do good, I'll get this. No, he's just doing it for Bhagwan. There is utmost shraddha in his heart. That is why punya papa na sanchare. Punya and papa is not going to enter. They sukshma ati nishkampa. His mind, his thinking is now very subtle. Nishkampa, steady. There is no kampanam. Kampanam means shivering, shivering. Nishkampa, nirgataha kampanam yasmat saha. That person whose shivering of mind has gone away. That kind of thinking. Gunatrayadilep and three gunas. Sattva rajatama. They will not touch. Nalagati jeta. That is how his understanding. Where papa and punya cannot enter. Subtle thinking, unwavering thinking, gunatrayadilepa, there is no touch or contact of three gunas. Just by properly doing karma yoga, this much we can apply. Arjuna te punyavashe, जरी अल्पची हृदयी बुद्धि प्रकाशे, तरी अशेष ही नाशे संसार भय. अर्जुना ते पुण्यवशे, जरी अल्पची हृदयी बुद्धि प्रकाशे, तरी अशेष ही नासे संसार भय. Now Dhaneshwar Maharaj is telling Arjuna, I talked so much about this sadbuddhi, that karma yoga, but you need punya in order to get this sadbuddhi, karma yoga buddhi. Arjuna, oh Arjuna, te means that sadbuddhi. Punyavashe, punyavashe. If you have punya, sadbuddhi will be there. Jari alpachi hrudayi buddhi prakashe. If that little bit knowledge of how to do action, buddhi means knowledge. Hrudayi means in your mind. If that knowledge, little bit knowledge comes, little bit knowledge dawns, tari ashesha hina ashe samsara bhaya. Then, Zari, if little bit karma yoga buddhi comes to your heart, ashesha hina ashe samsara bhaya, entire fear of this samsara is going to go away. What is the biggest problem in this world? Bhaya, fear, samsara bhaya. Tari ashesha hina ashe samsara bhaya, entire fear of this world, fear from this world, fear in this world, Nashe will go away. Now Bhagavan talks about that Sadbuddhi more beautiful. Vyavasayatmika buddhi ekeha kurunandana bahushakhayanantascha buddhayo vyavasayinam. Vyavasayatmika buddhi एकेह कुरुनंदन बहुशाखाह्यनन्ताश्च बुद्धयो व्यवसायिनाम्. व्यवसाय आत्मिका बुद्धि means single pointed intellect. I know I have to do this. Eka, one alone, this powerful single pointed intelligence is there. Iha, in this karma yoga or in this world, there is this karma yoga where your intellect is fully ready, fully prepared, and it knows what to do. Kurunandana, O Arjuna, this vyavasayatmika buddhi eka, one. And avyavasayinam, those who are not, firm, they don't know what to do. So today they will think I'll do this. Tomorrow they'll say, no, I will do that. Then they'll say, I'll do everything. Then they will end up in doing nothing. Avyavasayinam, who are not determined people. Vyavasayatmika, determined people. Avyavasayinam, undetermined people. Nothing, they're just life is going on, let's go with it. Bahushakha hi anantaha buddhaya. their thoughts will be disintegrated or shattered in different directions. My teacher gives simple example. Swami Bodhatmananda Saraswati. He says there is one man and he knows what he has to buy from a mall. He knows he has to buy one Rolex watch, golden color watch, and he knows how much is the price, and he knows where is the shop. So he comes after the office. Today is his birthday. No wife, no tension around him. What he does, he knows what he has to do. He goes to the mall, reaches to the shop, and bought that Rolex golden color watch. Work over. It is called Vyavasayatmika Buddhi. He knows what he wants to achieve, how to achieve, where it is, how to do. And there is one man along with wife, fully perplexed, and he wants to go to mall, doesn't have idea what to buy, doesn't have any idea. They said, both of them, they had a conversation. Let's go to mall. Whatever we feel good, we'll buy it. 2 hours they were in mall and they came empty handed. That's all. Nothing they bought. Why? Because Buddhayah Anantaha. Anantaha Buddhayah. Anantaha Shaka. There are different, so many thoughts in mind. Anantaha Buddhayah. And these people are uncertain people. They don't know next moment what they will do. Bahushaka, many branches, many offshoots to their thoughts. Okay. I told meaning before. Okay, व्यवसायात्मिक बुद्धिः एकः बहुशाखाः हि अनन्ताः च बुद्धयः अव्यवसायिनः. Now, हे कुरुनन्दन, oh Arjuna, इह in this world, व्यवसाय आत्मिका eka buddhi. One brilliancy is there. What? You are certainly you know what you have to do. Vyavasaya Atmika Eka Buddhi. Avyavasayinam, those who are not confirmed, determined what they have to do. Anantaha Bahushakhaha cha Buddhaya. Many ways to disintegrate, many ways to shatter their thought. Now see what Narendra Maharaj says. Narendra Maharaj says, जैसी दीपकणिका धाकुति बड़ी बहु तेजाते प्रगति तैसी सद्बुद्धि हे थे कुटी भणो नहीं. जैसी दीपकणिका धाकुति परि बहु तेजाते प्रगति तैसी सद्बुद्धि हे थे कुटी भणो नहीं. जैसी, Narendra Maharaj says, see, Deepa Kalika means a lamp, a flame of a lamp. Kalika means lamp, flame. Deepa Kalika, flame of a lamp. Dhaputi, small, very small. Pari, but Bahu Teja Te Prakati. If the one 10 by 10 room is fully covered with dense darkness, and if just little bit of lamp is lit up, then the entire darkness goes away. That flame can be small, but bahutejate pragati, bahutejate pragati. Taisi, like that, means just like small wick or small lamp gives too much of light, same way, you don't consider this intellect very small. Taisi sadbuddhi he the kuti manone. Because small intellect, but moksha as big result. Taisi sadbuddhi he the kuti manone. Partha. Partha bahuti pari. हे अपेक्षिजे विचार शुरी जे दुर्लभ चराचरी सद्वासना पार्था बहुता बहुती परी, हे अपेक्षित जे विचार शुरी, जे दुर्लभ चराचरी सद्वासना. पार्था, ओ अर्जुना, विचारशुरी बहुती परी हे अपेक्षित आहे. Those people who are very thoughtful people, their each and every action is depending upon their thinking. Randomly they will not end up doing something. Vicharashuri, completely wise people, they also want this good wisdom, sadbuddhi, karma yoga, good thoughts. This sadbuddhi they want. It is not easy to have karma yoga. जे दुर्लभ चराचरी सद्वासना, good desires, God centered desires, they are very very rare. Durlabha charachari, in the entire world there is not uh, available in plenty. What? God centered action. Everyone is self centered, family centered, nation centered, position centered, not God centered. That is why it is rare. अनिका सारिका बहुवसु, जैसा न जोडे परिसु, का अमृताचा लेशु दैव गुणे. Now, I'll give you example. Just like Amruta. Amruta. First example is Parisar, a philosopher's stone, a touchstone. Philosopher's stone is not available everywhere. न जोडे परिसु, जैसा अनिका सारिका बहुवसु, तैसा परिसु न जोडे. Just like we have rocks in plenty, mud in plenty, like that, philosopher's stones are not everywhere, they are rare. We have water everywhere, ocean everywhere, but Amruta, nectar is not everywhere. Ka Amrutata leshu daiva guni. We need blessings and punya and everything to have nectar in our lap. तैसी दुर्लभ है जे सद्बुद्धि, जिये परमात्माची अवधि, जैसा गंगेसी उधरी निरंतर. जय तैसी दुर्लभ जे सद्बुद्धि, ज्या परमात्माची अवधि, जैसी गंगेसी उदधि निरंतर. तैसी, like that, सद्बुद्धि दुर्लभ. God-centered thoughts and actions are rare. These thoughts are rare, which has God at God as its culmination. You see words. जे परमात्माची अवधि, अवधि culmination. Paramatmachi, God alone is the culminating locus of their thought. They don't think anything of anything else than God. How? Jaisa Gange si udadi nirantar. Just like Ganga starts flowing from its origination towards the ocean, one thought that Ganga has, I have to meet ocean. Like that, that person, that sadhaka also has one thought, I have to do all action for God, in God, and I have to get Chitta-Shuddhi. तैसा ईश्वरा वाचोनी काही, जे आणि कलाणी नाही, ते एकची बुद्धी पाही अर्जुना जगी. Like that, ईश्वरा वाचोनी काही, other than ईश्वरा, आणि कलाणी नाही, there is no any other abode. ते एकची बुद्धी पाही अर्जुना जगी. That alone is the supreme thinking. That alone is the best thinking. That alone is the best mind in the world. एरी ते दुर्मती जे बहुधा असे विकरती तेथ निरंतर मती अविवेकी. Now Bhagavan talked about Sadbuddhi. Now he is talking about Durbuddhi. Now Bhagavan is saying eri te durmati, durmati, wrong thinking. Bahuda ase vikarati means wrong thinking will have different avenues to go and waste the energy. And who all take delight in wrong thinking? अविवेकीयेतेथ निरंतर रमति. Those who don't think properly, they always dwell there. They like to linger there, and their thoughts are shattered. मनोनीतया पार्थ स्वर्ग संसार नरकावस्था आत्मसुख सर्वथा दृष्ट नाही. Now this is the culmination. मनोनीतया partha, there partha, O Arjuna, therefore taya, to such people who don't have good sadbuddhi, for such people swarga samsara naraka, these three gates are open. Atma sukha sarvata, and there is no, you know, chance of getting little bit of atma sukha. Atma sukha sarvata, never ever drushta nahi, they will never ever experience this Paramatma. Those who don't have God centered thinking, or only one thinking which is culminating in God. Therefore, now Bhagavan is going to explain such people and what they say about them. Durbuddhi te mana kada nupazo narayana kada nupazo narayana आता मज ऐसे करी तुझे पाय चित्ती धरी तुझे पाय चित्ती धरी उपजला भाऊ तुझे कृपे सिद्धि जाओ तुझे कृपे सिद्धि जाओ आता मज कैसे करी आता मज कैसे करी तुझे पाय चित्ती धरी तुझे पाय चित्ती धरी. तुका म्हणे आता तुका म्हणे आता लाभ नाही या परता लाभ नाही या परता आता मज ऐसे करी आता मज ऐसे करी तुझे पाय चित्ती धरी तुझे पाय चित्ती धरी आता मज ऐसे करी आता मज ऐसे करी. ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम 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 तुकाराम. कुंडलीक वरदा हरिविठ्ठल श्री ज्ञानदेव तुकाराम पंढरीनाथ भगवान की जय. माऊली ज्ञानेश्वर महाराज की जय. जगत गुरु तुकाराम महाराज की जय. सद्गुरु जोग महाराज की जय. ओम पूर्णमद पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम.